With this Guitar Lessons for Beginners video, we'll show you how to play a classical fingerstyle arrangement of Greensleeves. Along with guitar tabs, chord diagrams, and practice backing tracks, we'll cover it all with the step-by-step approach. Now we'll be using Fingerstyle Technique throughout the entire piece, so if you haven't tried Fingerstyle Technique before, I do have some basic fingerstyle lessons you can review, but otherwise a quick review of basic fingerstyle technique. You align and assign your fingers to pluck certain strings. The one finger will be assigned to the third string, the two finger assigned to the second string, and the third finger assigned to the first string. The thumb will pluck either the fourth, fifth, or sixth strings depending on the bass note of the chord. And if you stick with this technique, your hand remains steady and in position. For most of us, the right hand, the plucking hand. And by doing that, keeping your fretting hand steady in position, you can shift most of your focus now to the fretting hand and the chord changes. We'll start with an open A minor chord. And the very first note will be the fourth string. Technically it's the fourth string second fret, but we're already fretting that with the A minor chord shape. So thumb plucks the fourth string, and then we're going to pluck two strings at the same time, almost like a pinch technique with the fifth and third strings. So we've got that first note, and then the two strings that's in between the two strings that we pluck together. And then we temporarily lift the first finger off the two string, and we pluck that second string by itself. Let's put it together from the beginning. Then we place the first finger on the fretting hand back down, and we're going to pinch the 2 and 5 strings together. And for beginners, I would suggest to count this section. It's a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the second and fourth beats, we pluck the bass note. The same bass note, the open fifth string. And then we have what I call a lead-in. That's the A minor section. Then we have a 2-note lead-in. And from that A minor shape, we take our fourth pinky finger, and we're going to place that on the second string third fret, and we can sort of let go of the A minor chord. And this 2-note lead-in, we pluck the second string third fret, and then the top string open. And then we're going to go to a G chord. And for this G chord voicing, I'm going to suggest using the third and the fourth fingers to fret with. And we pluck those two strings together. So it's the 2 and the 6 strings. And then we let go of the second string and play that second string open by itself. And then one more sort of pinched combination here. Went a little loud there. The third and the bottom string together. So let's put together this G portion, which will be the pinch, then the single note, and then the next set of notes. And I would count that as with a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Playing the bass notes on the first and third counts. If we back it up a little bit with that lead-in, and then we'll do that one more time. Next we'll go back to the beginning, and we're going to connect the A minor and the G sections with a slow walk through. 1, 2, ready, go. And we'll do that one more time. From G, we'll play another two-note lead-in to the next section. And that'll be the 3rd string, 2nd fret. I'm using my 2-finger. Once we start putting things together, you have the option to either use your 2nd finger or your 3rd finger. I tend to end up using both. You'll see what it's like when you start playing faster. You can switch between either finger. Both will work. So we have the lead-in. It's 2 notes. And it's the 3rd and 2nd strings. And then we go to an F chord. And I happen to like this F chord voicing rather than a bar F chord. With this F chord voicing, we have a finger on each string we're going to play. Gives you a better chance at getting clarity compared to having to bars. So this will be the F chord shape we're going to use. I'd apply a 3 count, or consider this a 3 count. And what that is, it's the 2 and 6 strings plucked together, 6-string bass note, then the 3rd string by itself, and then plucking the 3rd string again, but with a bass note for the 3rd beat. So there's bass notes on the 1 and 3 counts. And if we back it up to the lead-in, now you see my 3rd finger is here for the F chord voicing. So if you want to jump to your 3rd finger and then just keep it there, that's fine as well. You'll find whatever works best for you once you start playing a little faster and putting everything together. But let's do that lead-in. And then we'll do that one more time with the F section. And then we have another lead-in to the next section. And this time the 1st finger shifts over to the 3rd string. It's just a 1-2, 1st fret, 2nd fret. And then we keep that 1st finger down and we go to an E major chord shape. And with this one, we're going to start with a pinch on the 2 and 6 strings together, then the 3rd string by itself, and then, now I'm cheating a little bit with the basic fingerstyle technique. I actually shift my 1st finger down to the 4th string. A good way to memorize this E section, the melody note goes down 1 string at a time. Bass note played on the 1st and 3rd beats. And we should connect to that 2-note lead-in prior to that. The 1-2 on the 3rd string. Keep the 1st finger anchored, shift to E. Do that again. Now we take a step back and we connect the F section to the E section. We'll start with the lead-in. And then the lead-in for E. Do that one more time. Next, we'll walk through all of line 1, and it's a good idea to start memorizing things by sections rather than individual notes. Once you know how to play the individual notes, it just makes it easier to put the whole arrangement together. And basically, line 1 is 4 chords, A minor to G to F to E. Those are basically the 4 sections of line 1. And let's do a walkthrough now, and we'll coach you through it. The A minor chord starts with that 4th string, and then that's in between the 2 strings we pinch. 1st finger is temporarily lifted, and then goes down. Both times we're plucking that A bass note, keeping the fretting hand steady in position. We use our pinky finger to go to the 2nd string 3rd fret, the lead-in, then the G chord voicing, sort of a 3 count here, same bass note, G both times, the lead-in to F, 3 count here, 1, 2, 3, then the lead into E, and then remembering E, we descend down the melody notes, and we cheat a little bit with the fingerstyle with our first finger going to the 4th string. With that, in the next clip, we will go through line 1 twice without directions. That way you can practice it and get a good foundation down. For line 2, the first 2 sections are played the same as they were in line 1. So we have the same thing for A minor, and the same thing for the G section. We still lead into the F section, and we still start with the 2 pinch strings on the F chord, but there's a variation for line 2 that begins with the F section. So we're going to call that the 1 count on the F. Then we let go of the 2 string, play it open, that's the 2 count, and then the 3 count will be the 3rd string plucked by itself. So the bass note is played on the 1 count, then 2 single notes, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we jump to an E chord, do a pinch between the 3rd and the 6th strings on the E. And for this one particular sequence, we want to kind of get that down with an even 4 count. This might be the trickiest transition in the whole piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, but when you get it right, it sounds nice. And we'll count on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have another variation here where we're going a little 2-note lead-in that's going to go to A minor. And for this, we extend the pinky finger to the 4th string 4th fret, and then 1st finger 3rd string 1st fret. And then we go to an A minor. With that, it's a pinch like we did to start the song. 3 and 5 strings together. Back to that middle 4th string in between them. Now I like to strum just the 3 strings. I've been playing this for a long time. When I first played it, and you could do that as well. It's sort of a matter of preference here. You can pluck all 5 strings, 4 strings, or for some reason the more I play it, the more I like just the 3-string strum for the A minor. But let's back it up to that lead-in where we extend the pinky. 4, 1, and then A minor. And we'll do that again. Now we back it up to the F section. We're going to start with the lead into F, and we're going to connect the final 2 sections of line 2. Basically, it's F to E to A minor. Lead into F, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the lead in. And we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put together all of line 2, and remember the first 2 sections are played the same as we did in line 1. A minor to G, And then we've got the variations we just covered, F, E, A minor. If you are looking at the tab, I'm going to add an extra note you won't see. It's sort of a lead-in note. When we start connecting verses, we will play this note just before line 2. So everything else will sync up with the tab after this first note. Here we go, slow walk through line 2. And we'll do one more. Next, we'll put together lines 1 and 2. We'll play them together. And at this point, you want to rely less on tab and more on your memory. If you memorize it by sections, might make it a little easier. Line 1 was A minor, G, F, E. And line 2, A minor, G again, and then the variation F to E to A minor. And in the next clip, we will run through lines 1 and 2 played together, and we'll run through it 2 times. For line 3, we have 2 new sections, and these will be the final 2 new sections we have to work on. And we're going to start with a C chord voicing. With this, I'm going to suggest using the 3rd and pinky fingers again. And it's a pinch between the 5th and the 1st strings. And then plucking the top string again on its own. And then we pluck the bass note again. So I would suggest a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Bass note played on the 1 and the 3. You want to try and get some sustain out of those notes. And then a lead in, keeping the fretting hand steady in position. We just move the middle finger and play a 2-0 on that top string for the lead in to the next section. So the C section sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, and then the 2-note lead in. And then we shift the fingers just down a string each to a G chord voicing. And then let go of the 2 string, and then the 3rd string open. So a 3 count on there. And the bass is only played on the 1. And that's it as far as the new section goes. Let's put it together, C to G. And we'll do that again. And then we repeat what were the first 2 sections of line 1. We have the lead into F. into E. So that's how we would complete line 3. Let's put all of line 3 together from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. The C, 2-note lead in, down to G, and then we go back to the F, lead into E, in the next clip we will walk through this again, this time without me talking or giving directions. We'll rehearse line 3 2 times in the next clip. For line 4, again, there will be no new parts to learn, but it will be a different arrangement of parts we already know. It's going to start the same as line 3. The first 2 sections will be C to G, and then we're going to play the variation we did for line 2, the F, E, A minor sequence. So again, nothing new, just a different arrangement. And since we already know those parts, I'm going to add in a little bit more with this clip. We'll add in line 5, or the ending. And line 5 is just repeating the F, E, A minor sequence. It sort of repeats things, and we can sort of slow things down too for an ending. Maybe a pause on that E. Dun, dun, dun. So let's do a quick walkthrough connecting lines 4 and 5 together, starting with the C, lead into G, and then the F, E, A minor sequence. Then repeating the F, E, A minor sequence for the ending. With that, in the next clip, we will connect the second half of the piece. We'll connect lines 3, 4, and then add in the ending, and we'll run through it 2 times. Next, we'll put everything together and play the complete arrangement by memory. And the objective here, again, is just to see if you can run through everything and play it correct without making too many errors. The objective is not speed, but just to see if you have it memorized. There is a saying in music, slow is fast. So if you're able to play through this arrangement slowly with fewer errors, that will mean less stops and startovers, and you'll simply get there quicker. Speed will happen naturally if you play correct notes with clarity. And so with that, in the next clip, we'll do a slow walkthrough of the complete arrangement. Once you can play the complete arrangement with just a few errors, then you start to focus more on tempo and speed. And that's what we'll do with the next clip. We'll provide an example of the complete arrangement of Greensleeves played at a faster tempo. With this arrangement of Greensleeves, you now have an unaccompanied fingerstyle piece that you can perform on your own without requiring vocals or a second guitarist. It's also a great foundation to learn more complex fingerstyle arrangements, such as Ode to Joy, or some popular songs such as Stairway to Heaven, Tears in Heaven, or Dust in the Wind.